White Woman, Black Heart, which was my first memoir, and that's what an elderly Aboriginal man said about me, a very key person. So I ended up using that as the title. But what it really covers is the Mapoon Aboriginal people north of Weipa, who were moved off their land in 1963 to because they expect the Queensland government sent police in to move them because they gave a lease to Kamelka and another one to Alcan. And basically that was a very tragic story. But in 1974, they'd been trying to get back there because the mining actually didn't end up occurring on their village area. The police burnt down everything so they wouldn't return, even the church and medical store and everything. And anyway, as fortune would have it, I came and I helped them move back to their land. I had support of an Aboriginal group in Cairns and support of a white research group in Melbourne. And they'd been waiting for 11 years to get back to their land. In 6 months, I garnered enough support and I was on the ground a lot to help them get back to their land. And one of the good things about that story is I know, there's a lot of bad press about Aboriginal communities with high rates of crime and, sexual abuse, domestic violence, etc. But Mapoon is actually a really good news story because it's a very well functioning community. And I went back there and got permission to write this book. And when it was written, I went back up there. My husband went with me, and we took the book back there to the people. But I think because the pioneers who moved back to Mapoon in 1974, they had very little financial support, but they just by their own sweat and tears they rebuilt the community, and so that community is just so well functioning. It's just an amazing story. So it would be wonderful to tell that story. I know some of the young people. White Woman, Black Heart. Journey Home to Old Mapoon. I'm still in touch with the people there. So then last year, I wrote that in 2018. Last year I did a sequel to that because I had too much material for the first book. So the sequel to that is Secrets and Lies, and about the hidden history of Aboriginal affairs. So basically I start with the story of the, it covers a lot of ground, but I start with the story of the Arakoon Aboriginal people just south of Weipa that I had a lot to do with as well when the Queensland government decided to take over in 1978. And the amazing thing about it is that I have actual conversations that the people had. So it's in the people's own voices, and how government people came in, the federal government and state government conflict. It was Bjelke-Petersen at the time, and Fraser government, and they clashed over the whole thing. But it's an amazing story, and because of COVID last year, I just launched it online. But the current mayor of Arakoon, Kerry Tamoy, has said that she's interested in doing a physical launch of it. And so on the 2nd of August in Cairns at an education conference, she's going to launch it So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.